What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the NewsAngl. This is your boy D.
And it's your girl CJ. And Brandi A's ass done left us. We could have
She
probably
done
recorded a
left
whole other
her ass.
episode.
Man, it don't matter. It don't matter though.
It's fine.
She's
It's
here in
fine.
spirit.
She's here in spirit. She got
In
some stuff going
spirit.
on too. So it's the end of the year. I ain't
Adults.
even mad. Everybody's busy. I came on late too because I was busy as fuck today as well.
That time of year.
It is. It's that time of the year. People are pushing
Yeah.
through. It was crazy. I only called a few people, but it took so long because when you take orders, it takes like half an hour to do one person. Like, because you gotta get details.
Everybody gotta explain and break down their entire life.
Well,
Process
sometimes it's
to
longer,
you.
but you know what? Sometimes it's worth it. Like, I had one lady who is like really like loving my cookies, and she like took it to Mississippi 3 different times already from
Oh,
Texas for a party,
so
and
out of state, right?
yeah, she took it out of state, and she just like for this last one, like she ordered 4 dozen cookies because the one time before that she only did 2, and she was like, "I've sold out. I don't have any left." So she was like, "Let me double it," and did 4. And she like sent me the setup they had, like it was so cute. It was her mom's birthday, her 53rd birthday. So I did like
Mm-hmm.
a farmhouse themed cookie set. I'm gonna send you
That's
pictures later.
cool.
It was cool. Like it was crazy,
So they
but she was.
reached out to you again a second time, like for the
Yeah, that
same.
was the third time. So and then she said she's got something else coming up here soon for December. So she was like gonna call, and she does like she throws these parties all the time, I guess. And
Mm-hmm.
like, cause she was asking about somebody decorating her tree, so I hooked her up with my girl who does like interior design and decorations. So
Okay.
she just likes having
Look at
parties.
y'all. That's what's
Events,
up.
bitches, events. Listen,
That's
we
good.
gotta move on up. Move on. This is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I
Yeah.
know this is the news angle, but y'all, if you're out there trying to start a business or whatever, people who have money will spend money no matter what time of year,
Yes.
date, environment, COVID or not. I'm telling you.
Services are necessary at all
Yup.
times. So it's, just because it's a downtime and just because there might be a pandemic or whatever is going on in the world,
It don't matter.
the services are still needed and people will
Yeah.
pay for it.
Look at D. He's in
Whether there's
hospitality. Look
restrictions
at
or
how
not.
many niggas is still going to the strip in Vegas.
Coming to the strip and shooting this motherfucker up, all regardless, it don't matter. We open and yeah, just don't shoot the employees. Shoot
Just
who
don't
you want to
shoot
shoot.
the employees. That's
Yeah,
so terrible.
it's so fucking bad. But
Um,
whatever. Yeah, come.
um, let's see. Where do we want to start today? I want to save some funny things for last, but oh, well, we'll start some serious stuff. So now people are talking about like, you know how people are taking PCR exams for the virus, the COVID or
Yeah,
whatever. And
yeah.
they're saying just because somebody got a negative test doesn't mean that's safe enough for you to have Thanksgiving around them.
Okay, but why? So what the
Because
fuck is the purpose of the
so
test?
here's the thing. I just read on Elon Musk's Twitter,
Okay.
he took the test 4 times. 2 came back positive, 2 came back negative. You know what that means?
So that leaves us in a fucked up ass
It's a
situation.
50-50. So this is exactly what I've been saying from the get-go. It's a false negative and a positive negative coming out too at the same time. And
And
that's why
that's
that
not good.
president in the African country had all those fruits and goats come back
He
positive.
had so much shit in bottles going to
Yeah, and he
what
put
country was that?
I can't remember. I know it was in Africa though. Whoever
I
it was
know
very
it was
smart. I can't
I know it
remember.
had to do with Madagascar. But I don't know
Probably.
if they were the recipient of this product or if they were the senders of this
I
product.
can't remember, but I have
But
to
it
look
was
at my
funny
notes.
either way.
It's just funny because they put names on it and sent the tubes back to the lab, and they got positive results for fruits and fucking goats. Like,
Fuck out of here, man.
nah, it's just so crazy. And like, so I understand what they say. I think what it is people got a little laxed because they got used to being in this environment because it's been since March. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I feel
almost a
like
year.
because everybody got used to being around this, the numbers are skyrocketing because people stop caring. I don't know why people stop caring that they like don't need to do something,
I
but our
don't
ass,
necessarily think people stopped caring. I think people just
they're
were under this
content.
as yeah, they're content and things
Yeah,
started opening back up and they're getting used to the regulations and not
but
to mention there are some counties that just don't require you to do certain
they
things.
don't. But here's the thing. Oh, that's another thing. Chicago is about to or already have shut down for the next 30 days. Yeah,
I
like
heard something about
yeah.
Chicago
So
and
and
it's
California
a
never
rumor
really
and
opened
blackout
back
too.
up. Cali and New York never really opened back up all the way. So
Cali is still, their inside restaurants are still not open.
right,
Everything's takeout.
right. So
Everything's takeout. I
those
went to
two,
Coco Ichiban, yeah, and it was like
like
you got to go
takeout only,
in quick,
and take it out. Yeah.
You go in and order.
And so I think that a lot of places who were lax about their regulations probably are suffering again, because my county, my state is number one still, because Texans don't give a fuck. Like,
well, I mean, not to mention, it's not necessarily the, people that are suffering. It's the ones that are willing to acknowledge.
Right, that part, because a lot of people in certain demographics seem to think it's a hoax. I don't know how that's possible.
And they might get sick and they might go through it, but if they're not acknowledging it, if they're not going to the doctor, if they're just sitting at home spreading this shit to everybody else and everybody's treating it as if it's just a cold.
So that's another thing, because in Japan it's spreading again, but in Japan the way it's spreading is within the family. So like dad is back at work and bringing it from work to their fucking wife.
And that's a normal pattern.
Yeah, but it's too much now because their numbers are skyrocketing because things are opening again. Like,
now, is it because things are opening or is it because of the season?
No, it's because things are opening back up in Japan. They're doing the go to travel and go to eat campaign. They're probably going to end it here soon, but they have been giving their citizens discounts and money from the government to travel to other parts of the nation and to go out to eat at restaurants and stuff. Which is crazy.
I can understand to stimulate the economy.
I understand that, but that's
until we get this down to a science, there needs to be some sort of regulation.
The way it spreads the way it spread has to be airborne. I don't care what anybody says. If it wasn't, then it wouldn't be spreading the way it is through restaurants and going to work and going to school and shit. How else would it be spreading?
In my mind, honest, low key, my mind works. I'm on a whole different click point.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, I low-key think you can get infected a lot of different ways.
I understand.
If you are supposed to be infected,
you're
gonna get infected. So that's just me. But
could be. So it might be that. I mean, there's other things involved too, and it might have something to do with your natural spiritual situation as well. I don't know.
Well, you did mention that. You did mention just. Because your health goes beyond just what you do physically.
Yeah, it's not just physical. Yep.
Yeah, it's not physical.
I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. What's next? Oh, how about we don't have too much news today. We have a lot of celeb news because they've been in the fucking limelight today. But Amazon employees in Madrid, Spain, several of them got arrested for stealing $592,000 worth of iPhone Pros and iPhone 12 Pros and iPhone 12s. There's like a 10-person
from where, like the warehouse?
From the warehouse. I don't know why they didn't think they were gonna get caught. Is my question.
Like, I'm sure the warehouse is laced with fucking cameras. So
it's Amazon. Like, what the fuck were you doing?
So was it like a heist or was it just?
It was a ring of people who were hired in the same factory, like the warehouse. And then I think 3 of the 5 were convicted already or some shit like that, or arrested. And there's more, like they're still investigating. But that was damn near $600,000 worth of iPhones, nigga.
So was it like slowly, like one iPhone at a time?
I don't know. They didn't give us details on the article, but I'm just like, even if it was one at a time, because you would still have to steal like 600 iPhones. Do you understand?
Someone would notice.
Because they're like $1,000 a piece, aren't they?
From the outside in,
yeah.
If it was a ring of like 30 men.
No, but it was only 5 arrests were made, and they're assuming they're like 10. Because of the size of the warehouse.
Oh shit!
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just so crazy.
Somebody's tied in at the top, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, probably. But my problem is, like, why would you steal things like that from a place like that? Because they have got to have high security to keep their profits going. People like that don't want to lose money. So they're going to have cameras and all kinds of shit. What I'm thinking is
it has to be tied into somebody up top.
Oh, yeah, probably.
For it to happen. I mean, come on.
That amount?
You know what I'm saying?
That amount is crazy. There's got to be management involved for
Gotta
them to
be.
be.
And with the warehouse being the size that it is, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've been doing this. This is nothing
Oh,
new.
I'm sure.
They
I'm sure
just
there's
got
other
caught.
shit that they were stealing, but it wasn't as obvious because they weren't iPhones. They probably started off with like little shit like pots and pans or some shit
Yeah, like
like that.
small ass
So
shit.
small ass
Yeah.
shit like
You
that.
already know.
What's another? Brandi mentioned this before she had to go from our other episode. She said Candace Owens was talking about Harry Styles wearing a dress on the cover of
Candace
Vogue.
Owens need to put some fucking
Listen,
VO5
I
on the
looked it
ends.
up
That's
and
what
it
she
is
need to
the
do.
dumbest shit ever.
Candace Owens needs to get a hot
Do you know
old
what she
treatment.
said though? This is what she said. There is no society that can survive without strong men. She was
True.
tweeting this. And then she goes, the East knows this. In the West, the steady feminization of our men at the same time that Marxism is being taught to our children is not a coincidence. It is an outright attack.
For
Bring
every
back manly men. That's what she said. Bring back manly men.
dude, it's like this is one man that she was talking about. This is
One
one man who decided to
person.
express himself the way.
And also, I'm gonna need her to read the
There's plenty
motherfucking
of manly
room.
men in the United States. Get the fuck
Read
out
the
of here.
room. We have been talking about like LGBTQ rights being attacked. You know what I'm saying? Like, read the motherfucking room. Are you crazy?
She's not worried about reading the fucking room. She's
I
pushing
know,
up
but you know what? Like, what she's describing is
Uh,
toxic masculinity, is what she's describing.
That's what it is.
And I can't
And
handle
she
that.
liked that shit. And there's nothing wrong with liking that shit in the bedroom.
That's different, D.
Leave
That's
that
different.
shit in there. Because you
That's-
like a motherfucker to hog tie your
that's a
ass.
whole nother thing. But I'm just confused as to where she came from. But like I was telling y'all before we started recording, I think she just needed to nitpick on something because she had nothing to go off of after this election happened. Like, because she was going on and on and on about Biden this whole time, and she just needed an outlet again on her Twitter account to talk about somebody. And like, why would you even go after Harry Styles? Like,
not only why would you go after Harry Styles, why would you touch on a subject like that? And so if you want to get on that subject, on that topic.
Right. Which it doesn't even make sense.
Because we can open up the floodgates and we can have this conversation.
And like, he's not even American. You know that, right? He's English.
So what the fuck?
I don't know.
Are you talking to the queen?
Somehow she has lumped everything. I don't know. And I don't know what she's talking about the East and whatever, because last time I checked back in the day in the East, everybody had fucking skirts on because everybody, including the men, wore kimonos. I don't know. That's just me.
Kimonos and yukatas.
And like somewhere in some places in Europe, I believe they have kilts.
Kilts, at some point it was, yeah.
So, the color pink, even in the U.S., was for boys in the beginning. That was.
You know what tripped me out though when I found that out?
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
And how it switched?
It switched because somebody needed to make something happen. But we're gonna take a quick break because that was our marker right there, and we'll be right back with some celeb news.
And we're back.
Y'all,
I think we're doing a whole nother. Okay. Yeah.
Crack it up. D just started a whole nother episode before finishing the last half of the news.
I was about to hit y'all with the seduction until I realized
we got like 10 minutes of this. That's what happens late into the night. Are you on the strip or are you like out of state, dude?
No, I'm on the strip.
You're on the strip just hanging out?
Not in town. Just hanging out. I needed a break.
That's nice. I thought about doing that a little while ago. Like just
and
for
this
the
break was worth it. Like the rates right now are really low. Mm-hmm. So if you want to risk COVID contact
if you
want Vegas, I mean it's up to you. But hey,
my friends just went there and they had a good time. So I'm sure it's fine. I think you just have to be careful and
be practical. Put on your fucking mask, or we will kick you out. That's a big thing. Like that's another big thing. I've been getting a lot of complaints about a state mandate, and there's nothing I can do to help you. If you guys don't know, I'm a resort manager at one of the resorts here, and it's like they come to the desk and want to complain. I'm like,
what do you do? Like, it's the fucking
rule
for the place.
Mask. But as long as you do that, sanitize and everything, you'll be fine. But just be practical.
Yeah, that's the thing. Speaking of you'll be fine and practical, you know who's not fine and practical?
Who?
Apparently, according to Malaysia, Beyonce. Uh,
What happened?
do you know this bitch got banned from Malaysia for being too provocative? She had to cancel all her shows in Malaysia. Nigga.
Really? Is it
Yeah.
just their what is the population in Malaysia?
I want to say
Like the
they're.
religious population is it heavy
I,
Islam?
are they? I thought they were Buddhist. I mean, let's look it up
I think
because I
it's a
don't want to be
I think
wrong.
it's both,
Is it? But I want to say
but I
it's
think
a
it can go either
crosshair.
way.
Let's see.
With the
Malaysia, religion, demographics. There we go. Oh, you're right. 61% is Islam. You are correct, sir.
yeah, I kind of see that with
Yeah.
them being
And the
more
next
conservative.
highest, we're both right. The next highest is Buddhism. So
Right.
we know we're shit. We know we're
We know
shit.
our shit.
We know we're shit. And then the next one is like Christianity. That's only like 9% though. Like surprising, surprising. But so anyway,
Well,
like because of like I guess Islam being, one of the prominent religions there. Um I'm assuming because Beyonce's outfits are provocative, obviously, because she's in like tights and high leg swimsuit looking things and, one pieces and things like that. And she has bras that she wears with midriff showing, which if you think about it, we're just desensitized to it.
we're
Like,
desensitized, yeah, and it's part of our she's American, so
right. So it's not
American
something that
culture.
we're. And to be honest, like, I really think that people should be able to wear whatever the fuck they want to.
Me
Obviously,
too.
unless it's part of your religion not to do something like that. I understand that. So I'm really not mad that Malaysia had to ban her. I hope she didn't make a big deal out of it. It doesn't sound like she did, but I just feel bad for all the people who thought they were going to be able to see Beyonce, like, and she had to cancel all the
I had to
shows.
cancel
And it's
everything.
just so
But
random that she's banned from Malaysia. Like,
but at the same time, as long as there's consistency, so as long as it's not just Beyonce,
I
and there's
hope
other people like
so. That's a
Beyonce,
good thing to maybe look into later because I
you
don't
know,
know. It was just one of the top
if it's
articles
consistent
today.
and that's their custom, then whatever. But if it turns into something else, it's like, all right, come on.
Yeah, is it because you're black? I don't know. We'll see.
Either
Um,
because you're black, you're too commercial, you're too rich. It could be a lot of things, but it's like as long as there's consistency and
yeah,
these are your customs and your values, and it's whatever. She can't
yeah.
perform there, she can't perform.
Speaking of provocative, you remember we talked about the fucking Netflix movie from France with those kids dancing and shit. I forgot
Oh,
what it was
that
called, right?
shit. Yeah,
But
yeah.
isn't I didn't look into it, so correct me if I'm wrong if you're listening or whatever. But there's a new Netflix drama that's called A Teacher. Isn't that about a teacher fucking a child?
I have never seen anything about
Let me
this.
look it up because
Fill me
I.
the fuck in. Because I'm
But
trying,
what
no.
my so here's my point of this. Let me look it up and make sure it's a mini series on Netflix right now. Um, so it's about an illicit sexual affair between a young teacher and her student. So riddle me this, y'all. What the fuck is the difference between that and the movie and the documentary from France? Yes, one is fiction and other
No,
is documentary, but isn't it along the same fucking path?
it's the same shit.
Like, and I said this before, Toddlers and Tiara was the same thing for us. It's the same shit.
All
Like,
that shit's fucking weird, man.
and so what I don't understand is, were they trying to ban it because it was foreign? And they didn't want foreign shit here? Like, y'all are doing the same thing. I don't
No, I think
understand.
it has more of a double standard because I think the one that you're talking about was a female teacher.
Yes. Yeah, of
I
course it
think it
is.
has a lot to
Older
do with the
female,
double
younger
standard.
student. Right, right, right,
It's the
right.
double standard. So I think it's people, society
That's true.
would
I agree.
can swallow that pill of the pill of a young boy and an older teacher because they think, oh, this is a young boy's fantasy versus a young woman, and there's
Yeah.
this
I'm
predator that's out
I'm
there trying to get at them.
I'm
I think
right there
that's
with you
the
because
perception.
unbeknownst to me, I had dated somebody who was underage when I was in my very early 20s, like 2021, I think. But they had lied to
Mhm.
me and told me that they were like 19. So that was not my fault but I started checking IDs after that. That's for damn sure. But one of the kids like dads didn't even say anything.
Yeah.
Like it
Because I
was.
think because the parents, or especially the father, not necessarily the mothers, but the fathers will look at it
The
as,
dad was cool
oh,
with it.
that's just him doing his thing, and
That's not okay with me.
yeah,
Like,
it's
do you
not. It's
remember?
not okay with most females.
Can you imagine? It's disgusting if you think about it. Like, I would have liked to know. Like, I
Yeah,
really started checking IDs though. Like, it was not. And I don't know if it's because when I was younger, I looked even younger than I do now, and just people didn't give a fuck. I was like, you can't be doing this shit, sir. Like, not okay. Not fucking okay. There was one in San Antonio too. Fuck. That shit was fucked up. And the only reason
no,
why I
but
found
honestly,
out
there is that
that
double
one, I
standard.
found
Though.
out because we got into a car wreck and he had to show off his ID to the police.
Oh,
And
I
that's when I
know.
found out his real age.
Yeah.
Nigga, do you know if I didn't think so fast on my feet talking about, oh, I'm taking him back to like his house for my brother's birthday party? That's what I told him. Fucking, can you imagine? Do you know how fucking pissed I was on the ride back? I was like, is this why you don't have a fucking car, dude? Like, obviously, I was young and, vulnerable and doing whatever with, like, ain't shit niggas. So I was used to niggas not having cars and shit. But come on, man. You won't lie. Met him at the fucking Flying J. That should have been my red flag shit.
Red flag. But,
Getting gas.
most Flying J's aren't full of minors.
No, that's the thing. And it was
area.
on our graveyard shift. So I'm thinking when he said he was like 19 or 20 or whatever he told me it was, I thought it was legit because it's 2:00 in the motherfucking morning. What fucking minor?
But you have to consider like that area in San Antonio. That was the
and there's
only
nothing
place for
out
people
there.
to go.
There's
That
nothing
was the
out
only
there.
place they can go for anything was Flying J.
It's different now though. I don't know if you've been back recently or anything.
I have not been back to
there's
that.
like
I've
fucking
past it, but
nigga, there's like stores and shit. Like
what?
Yeah, where it was all like playing fields and stuff. There's like a strip mall on the other side.
Like, y'all told I stepped over a rattlesnake.
What?
A rattler. So you remember where they built that high school? What's the name of that high school? The new one.
Oh, I can't
Wagner.
remember. Yeah.
Karen Wagner High School.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Back when it was just dirt.
Yeah.
And I remember I was walking to that bus stop and I stepped over a fucking rattlesnake and I didn't see it until I saw a rattler and I was in the action of stepping over it. And I started running. I was like, no, he's slithering after me. He's gonna kill me. He's swallowing me.
Dude, welcome to Texas. Fucking this is why Damien don't want to come here. Shout out to Damien if you're listening. This is why you don't want to come out here at all, nigga.
You're better off where you are, Damien.
Shit, I'm just.
They got rattlers down there. We got them out here too in Vegas, but still.
We do. Speaking of crazy stuff, how about Keanu Reeves is going to be doing hopefully Constantine #2?
I'm not watching that shit. That shit fucked my world up.
Really? That's like one of my favorite movies.
Mine too, but I can't do it again.
Why? That opened so many like mind-blowing thought processes for me.
Yeah, too many. No,
loved it.
Too many doors were open.
It was great. What?
Let me know how it goes.
I can't wait. And like,
you let me know how that goes for you.
Listen, I'm the type of person who wants to watch. Like, Rob gets tired of me because I'm always like, I want to watch something spooky and haunted, and like, that's just me. So we've been binging like Ghost Adventures. By the way, the latter episodes are legit crazy. They did one in Denton, Texas, like an hour away from me, and that shit.
It's like
you have to watch it. I'm gonna send you the link if you don't know. Like, it's like season 15, episode 9 and something. I'll figure it out. But the one in Denton where they go and there's like people do a ritual and the flame stops in the fucking scene. I'm like, nigga, and there's a lot of other stuff. I'm not even gonna talk about it right now, but you should watch it if you're not, too scared.
That shit.
They do cut out they cut the ritual part out though, so you don't have to listen to it.
Good.
Yeah, they know, but that's the thing. They know to do that when they edit it. That's why I watch their shit. It's legit.
I told you, remember that little path behind my house in Okie?
Yeah.
That was cut out to the school.
Yeah.
And that path, I remember it was creepy and somebody brought some incense through there to try to fix it. And the incense would burn out with the wind.
Yep.
Every time we went down that area, it would just go out.
I'm telling you, like people don't believe this shit, but it's real. So I can't wait till Constantine
Flames,
comes out.
incense,
I'm
shit
telling
snuffed
you.
out. No.
By the way, this is along with spooky movies. Last weekend, what's the last weekend? Me and Rob watched Stigmata again. The
Stop watching that. The
what?
fuck, CJ?
If
What
you
you
don't
watching
know,
that shit for?
if you don't know what the movie is, look it up. It's from 1999 or something like that.
99, 98,
Something like that.
99.
I was like, damn, it's old, but I caught so many more things this time because it's been a while since I watched it. And the way that I pay attention to things is different now because of what I know than I did 10 years ago. Watch it if you get a chance. You you'll catch so
No.
much more. Why not? It's so good. So
That
good.
shit, I don't know. That shit creeps me the fuck out.
Really? It was so
Yes.
funny, but I will say I was laughing a lot because of like the '90s music and the fucking fashion from like what's her name was on there? Portia, the one that married Ellen DeGeneres. She's
Yeah.
on there. What is it? Neve Campbell, Nia Campbell,
Yeah,
Nev
Nev Campbell.
Campbell is on there, and the lady who plays the medium is in there too. She's the main character. I totally forgot about that. She's been doing movies like crazy like that too. And why is it that old boy is always in movies like that? He plays the devil in the devil's
Which one?
advocate. The guy who plays the devil in the devil's advocate with
Oh,
Keanu
is that
Reeves.
Al Pacino?
No. His name is
Wait, who was Al Pacino was in Devil's Advocate? Who was
no,
he?
that's not him. No.
No?
No. Let me see.
Oh,
Stigmata.
was that Constantine?
Hold on. Let me find it. The film. Oh, it is from 1999, by the way. His name is Gabriel Byrne. And he played Father Andrew. Like, it's so crazy. And he's in Hereditary too. Like he does movies like that. And he was in End of Days.
The Devil's
Uh
Advocate was Al Pacino. Wait,
was it
which
Al
movie did you say?
Pacino?
That was
He
Al
was
Pacino. That was the
okay.
devil.
So then this one, he's in End of Days is what I'm thinking. And End of Days is the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger and like the fucking Paranormal
Oh,
Activity.
this nigga. I know who this. I know who he
You know
is.
who I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know exactly who you're talking
So
about.
like he's
Gabriel
in
Byrne.
movies like that all the time too, but it's so weird that he plays parts like that all the time. Like
Yeah. They
then,
all, you ever notice that? Like, they all have their roles.
yeah, think
Like,
about look
Al
at
Pacino kind of caught me off guard, but Keanu Reeves always has that
Keanu
same
Reeves every
role
time.
of he went this way, was like, nope, and came back this way. You ever notice that? It's like he saw the dark side and was like, skirt.
Yeah, but
Nah, bitch.
he's coming back to Constantine, and I cannot fucking wait. I'll just tell you that right now. Like it's gonna be great because you know
I
the
love
guy who
Keanu.
what's his face who played the devil in Constantine had
Al
like
Pacino?
he had no not in Devil's Advocate in Constantine. What's his name that
Oh,
played the devil?
the guy.
The guy.
What?
That's terrible. The guy.
The guy.
The guy. But he had, I guess, tweeted or Instagram something about him doing a part two. And that's why it's going viral right now. Like, I cannot wait. I can't wait but you know what? I don't know what's going on. Keanu Reeves is popping off right now on Netflix too. Like his like B and C list movies are like popping off on Netflix. Everybody's like watching them.
Well, like
And
the old school Bill and Ted's and stuff? Or like
no,
some of
like
the
there's
newer?
one that's called Knock with like two girls who try to play a game and it's like a murder mystery or something. I think I've watched it, but I can't remember, so I might go watch it again. I can't. But it's always weird shit. Or like Johnny Mnemonic. That's a good one. Fuck.
He's always in some weird
Sci-fi
ass
shit, dude. Johnny Mnemonic was crazy because that fucking memory stick only had 8 gigs. Like and it was like such a big deal to put it in his fucking head, like 8 gigs of memory. Like that's like that's like
That's my emails at work.
Yeah, right. That's not even my pictures on my phone. Like
Right?
I
I get to my emails in a day. I'm like, okay, 8 gigs. That's it.
like okay, too big.
You know how many emails I have to delete every time I come back from my weekends?
Yes.
I'm like, I have to delete 8 gigs worth of bullshit.
Just to do it. Last but not least, speaking of viral stuff, you know, this TikTok is going viral with this girl talking about smelling ants. I don't know if you saw my post about it.
Smelling ants. No.
Okay, so apparently there is a DNA quirk with some human beings, much like a recessive trait, like to have blue eyes or whatever in your DNA. that some people can smell ants. Like, do you smell ants? Can you
I don't
smell?
smell ants. I think I could smell roaches.
Oh God, we're I'm gonna look that up. But so I thought it was like a fucking
I'm gonna tell
farce,
you why
right?
later.
Ah, I really thought it was fake. I thought it was fake news. So I went and Googled it, and there are scientific fucking research behind this. And then I talked to Raina. Shout out to Raina, for
Rena,
for a hot minute because she said it smells like
Apoxy
water.
Rena.
She said it smells like watermelon to her. Like, but she can only smell the trail. She says she thinks that she's smelling the trail that the ants
You know
leave.
what?
Do you
I
smell
think
it
I can
too?
smell ants.
Shut the fuck up.
I think I
Really?
know what she's talking about.
She says she's either smelling, she can really smell it when it's squished, and then she can also, she thinks she smells the trail that the ants are leaving for other ants. I was like, what the fuck are you
The
talking about?
pheromones of it.
I
Yeah.
was like, nigga, all y'all niggas, y'all weird ass niggas out here smelling ants and shit. Is that what's happening?
Well, see, I'm gonna tell you what. So I'm gonna tell you about this house, and this
Okay.
house was fucked up.
Uh huh.
It kind of ties into what we are talking about before.
Okay.
Haunted, weird,
Uh huh.
haunted ass house in Southern California that my great grandma
Uh
lived
huh.
in. Right.
Uh huh.
In this house, I remember there were roaches really bad
Okay.
at one
Yeah.
point, and I remember the roaches. You could smell them, like the roach. It was like a 6 sweet, strange smell.
What?
All of a sudden,
Uh huh.
there was an ant problem, and the ants ate all the goddamn roaches. I swear, that's what happened.
What?
Because there was ants all of a sudden. Because these were like old, like this place had to be built in the 20s,
Oh my God.
like the 20s or the 30s. It was
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
old housing establishment, and yeah,
Okay.
all of a sudden there were
What?
ants everywhere, and yeah, we didn't have a roach problem anymore,
Yeah, the ant problem.
but it was ants all over the
I'm
place.
just trying to figure. So I was like talking to Raina about it too. I was like, that's so weird because in some cultures they fry up ants and eat it on rice and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
I even remember
Does
my
it taste
grandmother
like
being like,
melon?
I doubt it, nigga. Some people say it smells like vinegar-y, like a vinegary sweet smell almost. So I could see that being like watermelon-y too.
I
Like,
gotta ask Stephanie. It was this girl named Stephanie. If you're watching out there, hi. We went to
uh
elementary school in Florida,
huh.
and she was known on the block for eating ants.
Do you think maybe she was tasting what she was
Maybe she
smelling?
was
Because
tasting
smell
it
has a lot to
too.
do with your taste buds.
Exactly.
So maybe she thought it tasted really good. I mean, like my grandmother would have
I
like
used to
this
give her
little.
money to eat ants in front of us.
You're so weird, so weird.
I'll give you 50 cents if you eat an ant, and she would do it
Oh my
every
God.
time.
Why? Why are you like that? You're so
Because we wanted to
evil.
watch. We were like, eat an ant. And she'd be like, okay. And she would find one, and she would like pinch a little bit, like along, like, you know how they have like the segmental or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
compartmentalized bodies, and she would pinch it, and I guess it would die, and she would just eat it. It would be like, oh my God. She would do it
That's
like multiple times a day.
No, I'm telling you, like, I don't know. My grandmother had like this sugar pot where there would be ants that would get in sometimes in Oki. And then she would be like, it's fine, just it's good for your throat. Just mix it in with your coffee. Like grandma. Like
She out her sugar pan.
she didn't care. She just but then you think about all the people who like fry them on purpose and eat it like in different Asian countries and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's not a big deal. But I did tell Raina and them and everybody else who was on my Facebook page that I'm gonna go find an ant. But it got really cold in Texas, so I haven't found an ant yet to try to squish and smell.
Just
So-
leave a now later wrapper outside, and I bet you'd be ants all over that motherfucker.
Just little sure. Well, Texas is weird. What Rob was telling me is if there's fire ants in the neighborhood, there's no regular ass ant. Like
Oh, because they eat those too?
they take over their fucking nest, like the fire ants do.
Kind of like the ants took over the roaches at my great grandma's.
So I want to find a regular black ant, a regular black ant to do that
Just the
with.
regular ass.
Regular
what do they
ass
call them?
nigga.
They call them sugar ants, right?
Yeah, I need a sugar nigga ant. So
Sugar nigga ant.
sugar nigga ant.
Onto your sugar pan.
We so dumb. Anyway, we gonna wrap this up so we can get to the next episode. But if you have enjoyed our podcast thus far, make sure that you subscribe to your favorite podcast platform. And if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you like and comment below. Tell us about your day, whatever. We'll respond. I really do. We do. We really do. We be checking notifications for everything. So do that. If you got any questions that you want us to answer, or topics you want us to cover on the triangle or the sex angle, please send us some DMs. Send us like personal messages if you're friends with us on any of the social media, or you can email us at thetriangle@gmail.com. That's TH the number 3 triangle without an E, TRIANGL. I don't know what these do right now. I thought it was going to be sign language. It was not. Anyway, on that note, stay woke, stay safe, blessed, and logical. Stay black if you're black. If not, support POCs and allies unite. We'll check you guys out later. Bye.
Peace.